Here's another reminder that the Democrat Party and woke corporations think black people and brown people are too stupid or too helpless to have a photo ID to vote. Hello once again, all my fellow patriots and you filthy leftist stalkers out there. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Angela Box. You're watching Angela's Soapbox, where I always say what you were thinking. If you're not subscribed to the channel, please consider hitting that subscribe button, liking or rumbling this video, commenting on this video, and of course, sharing this video, especially with your filthy leftist friends, because they truly hate my guts. And for me, that's a badge of honor. You guys. I just, the sea turtle killing plastic straw, I really do hope that these lunatics don't quit. I hope that they continue on with their little hands-off protests. And let's talk about what exactly they were protesting against over the weekend, shall we? Because it's funny. Okay, all right. I did not watch these protests go on in real time. I went on X like everybody else did and looked up what the ridiculousness was over on Saturday. And the media is like, oh my goodness, hundreds of thousands of people all over the country are all protesting against Doge and against Trump and against Musk. And true, they did. But you know what's interesting is that they don't want to talk about exactly how that all just magically came to be. And they don't want to talk about who funded these protests and how come they had so many signs that were pre-printed still, even after USAID has hopefully been shuttered, but USAID is still getting money because there's federal judges saying you can't defund USAID. So all these players that are getting money indirectly from our tax dollars that are going to groups like Indivisible and the Open Society Foundation and the Carnegie Foundation and the Rockefeller Foundation and SEIU and Planned Parenthood and all the teachers unions, like you must think we're stupid if you don't think at this point we know that you're getting these through carve-outs with USAID money. Like, obviously they are. Now, I will say that the left did a good job of messaging against Orange Man Bad and Hitler. Okay, let's just say it. They're doing a great job. I mean, they're basically standing for Ukraine, and they're standing for the trainees, and they're standing for ineffective schools, and they're standing for the illegals, and they're doing all the things that got Trump elected, which if they had any self-awareness at all, they would maybe recalibrate their message and say, hey, American people, I mean, is this what you voted for? Did you vote for Elon Musk to come in and quote, gut the federal workforce? And everyone's like, yeah, I totally voted for that. Hey, America, did you vote for the Department of Education to be disbanded and for education to go back to the states where teachers are going to be held accountable for what they're teaching and, states are not going to be forced to teach this woke nonsense? And everyone's like, yeah, I totally did that. And then they're like, America, did you vote for the American worker to be put back on a pedestal and for foreign influence to be kicked out of our economy? And everyone's like, yeah, I voted for that. And then they're like, America, did you vote for this antiquated notion of that there are two genders and that we should keep men out of women's sports? I mean, did you actually vote for this? And we're like, yeah, I totally did. And then they're like, America, did you vote for abortion being sent back to the states? And by the way, we should try and do away with abortion as it is murder and it is a barbaric practice of child killing. And everyone's like, yeah, I voted for that too. So look, I think that when you see over the weekend with these many rallies all over the United States, which again, I'm not saying there weren't a lot of people there. There were a lot of people there, and there were a lot of them, but they were also funded by these groups, like 50 different of these groups that had money being given to them by billionaires. By billionaires. The left only seems to hate one billionaire, and that's Elon Musk. And it's like, I wish that one of these brain trusts could explain to me how Elon Musk is supposedly benefiting financially from heading Doge. Like, make it make sense. He's going in and he's exposing what the federal government has been up to. He's exposing where your tax dollars have gone. He's exposing the waste, fraud, and abuse. And it's like, I think the Democrats, this is a winning message for them. I think they need to go out and they need to continue to say that we should not have anybody looking at anything that we do whatsoever. Because if you look at anything we do, why, that means you're a Nazi. It's like, it doesn't fly. It just doesn't fly like it used to. And you can see with the conglomeration of freaks and lunatics, it's the same lunatics that were BM. It's the same lunatics that were for the Palestinian people. It's the same lunatics that were the Ukraine people. It's the same lunatics that were, standing for the trannies. Like, you're not getting anybody new onto your side here. Just because you had Indivisible and George Soros and the Carnegie Foundation, and Rockefeller Foundation, and Planned Parenthood, and another 50 groups. Just because you had a bunch of 50 groups fund this thing and get the word out that there's going to be a big, protest and that you should come, doesn't mean that somehow you are switching the almost 80 million people who voted for Donald Trump into voting your way. Like, that's not going to happen. You're going to have to come up with something else other than Elon Musk is a Nazi. Okay? You're going to have to come up with something other than let's burn down other people's property. That'll get the American people on our side. You're going to have to actually come up with some ideas. And here's the problem for Democrats, is that we know what their ideas are. Okay? We lived through 4 years of hell with Joe Biden. We lived through Barack Obama, the first black president, who, never forget, promised fundamental transformation. And fundamental transformation he delivered upon. We know what Democrats are for, okay? They're for failing public schools. They don't want black people getting off that Democrat plantation, because if you get rid of the public school system and you make sure that black kids can go to schools that aren't failing, do you really think those black kids are going to grow up and be Democrats? I think not. They do not want to protect women in sports. They have no problem with biological males competing with females. They have no problem with that. They love it. They love it. They think illegal aliens should be over here as free as they want to rape, murder, and kill as many people as they want to do. Okay? They think that's great. They want to make sure that billions and billions of dollars are given to the Democrat sinkhole, the Democrat money laundering organization known as the Ukraine war. They have no problem with that. They have no problem with Israel being destroyed, okay? They have no problem with any of these things. They have no problem with opening the border to child sex traffickers and child murderers and rapists and all the things I said. They have no problem with any of these things. They have no problem with taking Second Amendment privileges, your Second Amendment rights away, and instead making sure that the state will take care of your defense. They have no problem with any of that. And it is ironic that the people who are saying that why Elon Musk is silencing us, X is silencing us, we don't have any more free speech, I'm afraid I won't be able to speak. I'm sorry, I was able to find every single dumb thing you guys said over the weekend on X. Like, if Elon Musk was really such a psychopathic censoring person, he would have gotten rid of everything negative written about him. And that's all you find is stuff that's negative about Elon Musk. So it's like, save it. We don't buy it. Nobody believes you. But by all means, continue to do this so you continue to expose yourself. Not in that way, leftists, but continue to expose your ideas or lack thereof to the American people, because we're very well aware of what we voted for and what we rejected, and the American people rejected you. And the reason you're saying that censorship is, the way to go, and the reason that over across the pond they're censoring people for putting up a tweet, or they're throwing people in jail for 2 years for calling out this ridiculous this show on Netflix called Adolescence. Don't even get me started on how bad that was. The reason they're doing all these things over across the pond is because we don't have the Second Amendment and they don't have the First Amendment. And that's why you dumb leftists here get to say whatever the hell you want. Like, no one's stopping you. So you better hope that we continue to win. You better hope that Elon Musk continues to win, because I know that you want us to be silenced. Like, of course, you have no problem with the opposition being silenced. It's only when you get called out on your nonsense that you have a problem with it. Nobody on the right is trying to silence these people. Nay, I say continue on with this and continue doing all the things that you're doing, because it's just more exposure for you. And it just proves what absolute batshit people you are. So, no, we don't want to silence you. We don't want to shut you up. We just want to deport you if you're here illegally. And we want to make sure that the federal government is spending our tax dollars wisely. And we want to make sure that women don't have to compete against biological men. And we want to make sure that the border is secure. Like, that's it. That's all we want. But by all means, continue doing more of this. All right, that's where I'm going to leave this video. Let me know what you think down below, and I will see you in the next one. I will be done. Bye.